Welcome to the channel. My name is Rachel, and in today's video I want to talk about numerology. If you were like me and you feel completely lost in life, you don't know why you're here, you don't know what your purpose is, and you feel like you don't really know who you are anymore, then numerology is a great tool to help guide you to finding out who you are at your core level. What is numerology? Numerology is the study of numbers and how they influence your personality, your strengths, your life challenges, and can even lead you to your life purpose. It is based on the ideas that numbers carry specific vibrations and energies according to your name and your date of birth. These numbers can reveal deep insights about who you really are. So again, if you don't know who you are, if you're trying to rediscover yourself, numerology is a great guide to lead you towards finding out who you really are. Now, there are 5 core numbers in numerology, and each one tells us a different story about who we are. I'm going to briefly touch on all 5 of them. However, today's video, I'm going to focus mainly on the life path number. So the life path number tells us all about who we are overall. It's about our journey and our purpose in life. We then have our destiny, or sometimes called our expression number, and this is about who we are here to become. These numbers are calculated on our full name. The next one is our soul urge number, and this is about what motivates us, what gets us going, what drives us to do something. This is actually calculated on the vowels in your name. Then you have your personality number, and this is based on the consonants of your full name. And this is how other people see you. And the final one is your birthday number, which is the date that you were actually born on. And this gives you more insights into the talents that you hold, that you can use towards your life purpose. So in today's video, we are going to focus solely on the life path number. This number tells us about our talents, our journey, and what lessons we are here to learn from. So first of all, we need to calculate what our life path number is. So I'm going to flip the camera around now, and I'm going to show you on my little whiteboard how to calculate your life path number. So let's calculate your life path number. The first thing you need to know is that your life path number needs to be a single digit 1 to 9. Unless, of course, you have something called master numbers, which are 11, 22, and 33, and those stay as they are. So we're going to take a random date of birth. So we're going to go the 14th of the 9th, 1994. So the first thing you do is separate each of the numbers, so to make a single digit number. So you're going to add the 1 and the 4 together to make 5. Then obviously this is going to make 9. And then 1994, you're going to add the 1 plus the 9 plus the 9 plus the 4. So you add them all individually, which makes 23. Again, we need this to be a single number. So we're going to add the 2 and the 3 together again to make a 5. So this is going to be a 5 just here. So we're going to ignore this bit now. So now you need to add all of these together. So 5 plus 9 plus 5 would make 19. Again, either single digit, so you're going to keep adding together. 9 plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So your life path number would be 1. So you just keep adding until you get a single digit. So let's do this with a life path number. So we are going to do the date of birth of the 18th of July, 1984. So again, we're going to add all the numbers together. So 8 plus 1 is 9. Then you've got the 7. Then you add the 1 plus the 9 plus the 8 plus the 4, which will come out at 22. Now, we don't separate this number because it is a master number, so we keep it as 22. We're then going to do 9 plus 7 plus 22, which will come out at 38. And then you add the 8 and the 3 together to make 11, which then is going to be your life path number, because number 11 is a master number. So if you get in your calculation 11, 22 or 33, you add the whole number together and you do not separate them. If you end up having one as your life path number, then keep watching, because I'm going to explain what each life path number means. So now that you have done your calculation to figure out what life path number you are, what do they actually all mean? So you should have either a life path number 1 to 9, or if you have a master number, you should have 11, 22 or 33. So now I'm going to go through very briefly what each one of these mean. If you have a life path number 1, this means that you are a leader, you're innovative, you're very independent, you're very ambitious and you're very driven. A life path 1 has strong needs and strong desires. You need to follow your own convictions. If you are also a life path master number 11, these traits might also be relevant to you because you're a double 1. So you might have these more intensely. If you are a life path 1 and you have some challenges and obstacles come up in front of you, this is where you perform at your best. Because when confronted, you like to lead and like to tackle things head on. You have strong willpower and you are very, very determined. You are not afraid of any kind of competition and you are very self-reliant as well. However, each life path number isn't all positive. You do have negatives as well. And as a life path 1, you can be very stubborn, you can be rigid, and you might not work well with others because you want things done your way and you think that your way is the right way majority of the time. You may also be egotistical and judgmental towards others, but you could also be judgmental towards yourself. A good career for a life path 1 is to be an entrepreneur, a freelancer, influencer, or any career that allows you to lead, that allows you to make decisions, it allows you to be a bit more independent. Now, if you are a life path number 2, you are the peacemaker. You're here to build harmony and cooperation. You're the diplomatic one. You're intuitive and you're sensitive. You prioritize relationships, not just romantic relationships, but your work relationships, your family relationships, your friend relationships. You prioritize those first and you want harmony and peace in all of them. You are naturally compassionate and naturally nurturing, which is why you focus more on bringing harmony and peace into situations. As a life path 2, you want to create well-being in yourself and in others. Therefore, you are very empathetic. You are a great listener. A lot of people may come to you just to talk to you because you listen very well. And you're very supportive to everyone that crosses your path. However, life path 2 also have just as much negatives as they do positives. A life path 2 can easily be influenced by others because you want to make everybody happy. You may lack boundaries and you may be oversensitive, and sometimes because of that you can draw backwards and you can get hurt a little bit more often than others would. You may also have a lot of self-doubt and you really do struggle with making any kind of decisions, and you will need support in making them because you're always worried about upsetting other people or not making the right decision. A career that would fit a life path 2 is energy healing, counselling, chef, because you are pleasing other people, a caregiver, a mediator, or anything where you can help others. Now, if you are a life path 3, you are the communicator. You're very expressive, you're very optimistic, and you're very creative. You are here to inspire others either through art or through words. Now, art doesn't just mean like drawing or crafty things. Art can be dancing, it can be any kind of performing arts or anything else that you feel that you can express yourself more with. You have a very charismatic personality, but you are more of a dreamer than a realist. You like to tell stories and you like to entertain others. You are great at connecting with others because you are such a good communicator. As a life path 3, you are very warm and friendly and you bring beauty into the world. A life path 3 is very optimistic and very, very funny. And you very much live in the present moment. However, a life path 3 may not be very good with money and not be the best at taking responsibility or being responsible for something either. You can make very hasty decisions without thinking things through. Because you are such a good communicator, you may be over talkative and people feel like they can't talk to you because you talk over them. You can also be very, very sensitive and very self-critical. And if someone criticizes you, you take it extremely personally. A life path 3 may also find it difficult to stick with any kind of routine because you like to do so many things at once. So as a life path 3, you are drawn to careers that enable you to express yourself more. So whether that be creative or communicating, career paths that would do really well for a life path 3 is anything in the entertainment industry or the media. So being an influencer, YouTube, TV, radio, anything like that, you'd be very, very good at that because of the communication skills that you have. If speaking isn't for you, then writing, poetry, art, performing arts, photography, travel, music, and hospitality are all going to be good career paths for you as well. Let's move in to a life path 4. A life path 4 is a builder. You like stability and structure in life. You're practical, you're reliable, and you're a hard-working person. You have a lot of common sense and you're excellent at organising not just your life, but everything around you. Parties, weddings, events, anything like that, you're very good at organising things. Maybe even you're the person that everyone comes to organise something because you're naturally good at it. If you make a decision, you are going to carry out that decision that you have made. You are not going to falter, you're not going to change your mind. If you decide that you're going to do something, you are full steam ahead until it's done. A life path 4 is a seeker of knowledge and wisdom. You like to learn and you like to delve deeper into things than other people would naturally want to do. Once you take an interest in anything, you want to learn everything about it that you possibly can, and then you'll move on to the next thing. A life path 4 does have a sense of humour, however, they're more poured towards being more serious, more stability, and having more structure in their life. So if you were out with some friends and you had the life path 3 who's creative, the dreamer, that wants to go off and have lots of fun, you're going to be the responsible adult that makes sure that person doesn't get into any trouble. However, as a life path 4, you can also be extremely opinionated, which people may take offence to. You may struggle to adapt to new things. You like things done in a routine and like to have structure in your life. So when things change, you might find that a little bit of a struggle to adapt to it as easily as other people would. You can also find that maybe you are a little bit clumsy as well as a life path 4. You might feel like you are a little bit clumsy, bump into things, drop things. Just in general life, you're just more clumsy than others. And other people may see you as a little bit dull and boring. A good career for a life path 4 is anything that involves organisation, knowledge and wisdom. You'll be very good in the financial industry, project management, construction, engineering, legal industry, science or even agriculture because it's knowledge, it's wisdom and you are constantly learning about new things. If you are a life path 5, you are the adventurer. You are here to fully embrace life as it should be embraced, and you embrace change very, very easily. You are complete opposite to a life path 4. You are curious, you're adaptable, and you are freedom loving. You live for today and you're very versatile. You are also really good at motivating other people to try something new. You are able to analyse complex things very, very quickly. You are very multi-talented as well. A life path 5 is always seeking out new experiences. You are fearless, you are resourcefulness, and you actually love when things change quite quickly because you are always ready for the next thing. A life path 5 loves new experiences. You are very resilient as well, and you are very constructive. However, as a life path 5, you can lack direction, you can be impatient, and you can be very restless if things aren't changing as quickly as you want them to. You can have an edgy temperament, you can make very hasty decisions, and sometimes you can feel very disconnected to the world, and sometimes you can feel very disconnected to yourself. A good career for a life path 5 is anything that is continuously changing, that gives you the freedom that you are searching for, that lets you have a creative outlet, but also be very adventurous too. Working in travel, marketing, entertainment, sales, or even business consulting would all be very great careers for you because it's always something new, it's always something changing. You're not doing the same job day in, day out. If you are consulting one business and the next day move on to another business because they're two different businesses, you're able to adapt quite easily. So those kind of careers would be really good for a life path 5. Life path number 6 is the nurturer. I am a life path 6, so I am classed as the nurturer, and this rings true to my life very much so when I first read it. You are the natural caregiver, and you are here to bring beauty into the world. As you are a caring, responsive and loving person, you are here to support other people in their journey in life. A life path 6 loves to feel useful and helpful to other people. That's why you like to care for others. A life path 6 is more about finding balance, harmony, and you're very, very nurturing. You like to give other people a sense of security, stability and well-being, and it's something that you want for yourself. It's a desire of yours to have that security and stability and well-being of your own life. You also have a very strong sense of family and friendship and any kind of relationships. You always want to do the best you can. You always want to find balance with each other and find harmony to make sure that everybody is happy and everybody is cared for in the right way. However, as a life path 6, you take on more than you need to. You can be a perfectionist and you can be a bit of an overthinker as well. You sometimes overanalyze situations to the point where you don't want to do anything. You can be very dominating, you can be very stubborn, you can be very egotistical as well because you think things need to be done a certain way. And when things aren't done the way that you see as a loving, kind, caring way, you can get quite defensive over things. You can also be very outspoken. Yes, I am. A good career for a life path 6 is anything in the caring industry, anything to help others. So something in healthcare, something in education, even something in a spiritual world, such as tarot, energy healing, and talking about all the different spiritual aspects that are in this kind of way of life. Another good thing is counsellors or doctors and nurses is what a life path 6 is usually drawn to. Let's move on to life path 7. A life path 7 is the analytical, the spiritual, the introspective person. You are here to share wisdom. You are here to seek inner wisdom and share the deeper truths within yourself and how you see the world. A life path 7 is very affectionate and they seek the truths of the universe. You're very spiritual. You're very peaceful, you're very affectionate, you're very spiritual, and you seek knowledge in a different realm. So not just basic knowledge of everything. You feel that there is more to the universe, there's more to life than what society thinks there is. If somebody says something to you or tells you something, you might not believe it straight away. You have to find the evidence and the facts around it before you will actually believe it and come to your own conclusion. A life path 7 loves solitude. You like to work alone most of the time. You accept nothing but the truth and you have a lot of wisdom, or as you grow up and as you age, you're going to get more and more wisdom. However, a life path 7 does feel that everybody should meet their expectations. They can be overly suspicious, overly reserved, and can be very argumentative as well when they want to get their point across and they feel that nobody is listening. You can also be very silent, you can be inflexible, and you can be sarcastic. A good career path for a life path 7 is anything that involves deep analysis, deep research, and knowledge. Therefore, careers such as journalism, spiritual teacher, a computer analyst or computer programmer, an investigator, or even a psychologist, anything where you need to know something deeper, where you're drawn to things where you can continually learn, that's where you're going to thrive more in your career. A life path 8 is the powerhouse. A life path 8 is ambitious, goal-orientated, and very determined. You are here for success and money. You are extremely disciplined and you love to be a leader. A life path 8 is very practical and very down to earth. They have a lot of courage and they always follow through with what they're going to say they're going to do. Not much gets past a life path 8. They can be a great judge of character and they're actually pretty accurate at it as well. If you are a life path 8 and you do not manifest, now is the time to start because life path 8s are great manifestors. If used correctly, you can get everything that you want in life. You can be very successful, you can be very abundant, not just financially, but materialistically, in anything else that you want to do. You can be very, very fortunate if you use manifestation in a correct way. I will be doing more videos on manifestation in the next few weeks. If you would like me to do some manifestation videos, then do let me know in the comments below. However, Life Path 8 can become a bit of a workaholic, and because of that can also reach burnout very, very quickly. A Life Path 8 can be a little bit over controlling, they can be ruthless, and they can be extremely competitive. As a Life Path 8, you may feel that you find expressing your feelings very difficult. And even though you could use manifestation techniques to become very wealthy, you may not always be the best when it comes to money, and it is something that you need to learn and you need to work on. And finally, a Life Path 8 can become very impatient and get very stressed out very, very quickly. A good career for a Life Path 8 is anything to do with leadership and just being in charge and being a bit of the center of attention. So being a CEO of a company, working in finances, being an attorney, a publicist, a business consultant, a recruiter, anything where there's a leadership role, you would actually thrive in and you would do very, very well. Okay, the last single digit is the Life Path 9, which is the Humanitarian. You are here to uplift the world and to share your wisdom. A Life Path 9 is very selfless, very wise, and very compassionate. You have a very strong sense of justice. If you see something wrong, you are not going to be afraid to stand up and speak out for people that may not be able to speak for themselves. And this includes animals as well. You can also be very creative, and a Life Path 9 just wants to make the world a better place. You're very empathetic and you're very generous, and you have this very unique way of bringing the best out of people. A Life Path 9 is very, very wise, and you have a higher conscious than most people do. And as you are a selfless person, this can be a fantastic strength, but it can also be a weakness for you as well. So saying that, Life Path 9 is not all positive. There are negative things as a Life Path 9 as well. You may have a difficulty forgiving other people. You may be self-righteous as well. You are also very, very stubborn. And even though you are selfless and you are kind and caring and giving to others, you can be overly critical of yourself. You can have a lot of self-doubt and some self-esteem issues. Because you feel so many emotions, you can become very overwhelmed with these emotions from time to time. And you can also struggle to make any kind of decisions. So as a Life Path 9, the kind of career that would be really good for you is anything where you can help other people. So things like a counsellor, a holistic healer, a teacher, a charity organiser, a spiritual leader, a spiritual guide, an environmentalist. Other things you could do is things such as photography, fashion, and interior design. So that is the 9 Life Path numbers and a general overview of what they mean and careers that would be good for you. However, there are still 3 master numbers. So let's start with the first master number, which is master number 11. As a master number 11 for your Life Path number, you can look at Life Path 1 and you could have double that energy, or you could look at a 2, adding the numbers together, 1 plus 1, and you could have that energy as well. However, the Life Path number 11 is an intuitive leader. You are here to inspire and awaken other people. You may have spiritual gifts. You very much listen to your intuition, and you're very visionary. You like to see things. So you'll be very good at manifesting because you'll be able to vision your future how you want it to be. As a Life Path 11, you have a strong inner wisdom and strong charisma as well. A Life Path 11, even though they are a good leader, they have a lot of spiritual gifts. So you may feel that you have more spiritual gifts than others. If you don't, maybe you just have a very strong intuition. And if you are not following your intuition, this is a sign for you, if you are a Life Path 11, to start following your intuition and start following that, because it is actually leading you to where you want to be. A Life Path master number 11 are very inspirational to others. and have very strong leadership qualities. If you are a master number 11 as a life path number and you don't really know where you are or what you're meant to be doing in life, with this number, you are here to inspire and uplift others. You are drawn to help people, and there are numerous ways where you can help people. You're drawn to help others. If it's not humans, maybe you're drawn to help animals, but you're drawn to help in some way in this lifetime. However, a life path 11 may struggle with balancing your emotions. You may become too overwhelmed at times and you're not sure how to balance everything outright to make sure that you're having a peaceful and calm life. You overthink quite a lot of things and everything needs to be perfect. Rather than it just be done and learn to make it better over time, it needs to be perfect, and that can actually be keeping you stuck. You may feel that other people misunderstand who you are. And because of that, you may feel that at times you are quite isolated. So careers for a life path 11 is to be anything creative, anything where you can help other people. But you also feel that you need to express yourself too. So you can't just be helping others. You need to be able to express who you are while you're doing that. So careers such as mentors, coaches, a musician, an artist, you could be a therapist as well. That would be a good career for a life path 11. Also, anything in astrology or anything in the spiritual world, you would really feel that you can express yourself and thrive as well as help other people. Let's move on to life path 22, master number 22, and you are the master builder. So again, just like the life path master number 11, you could look at the life path 2 and double that, and that could be who you are, but you're feeling it more on an intense level. Also check out life path number 4, adding a 2 and 2 together to make the 4. You may have some qualities in the life path 4 as well. But a life path master number 22 is a master builder. You are here to turn the spiritual ideas into the real world. You have big dreams and you have practical plans to make them reality. You want to build something on a more tangible level. You may feel, and people may have told you, that you are born ahead of your time. You're an idealist and you need a very intellectual person to be your partner, because you are very in your mind, in your head, you're very intellectual, and anybody that isn't up to your level, you can't seem to make that connection with them. So you need an intellectual person on your level to be able to have a good partnership, whether that be a romantic partnership or whether that's a business or friendship partnership, but you need someone on your intellectual level, because this can stimulate you and help you grow into the person that you need to become. Out of all of the life path numbers, the master number 22 is the most driven and the strongest number of them all, as well as being the most successful because of the strong drive that you have to make a difference in the world. When challenges come your way, you can easily overcome them because you see the opportunity rather than the challenge. So if a challenge comes your way, it's not the end of the world for you. You will look at it, you'll find the opportunity, and then you'll move forward very, very quickly. You are here to transform things from the spiritual world into the reality world, and you are here to make an impact in this world. However, a life path 22 can feel the pressure sometimes. You can become overwhelming and you may be able to get overstressed and not be able to cope sometimes because you took too much on. You can feel the pressure of everybody else around you. This scares you because you feel like you cannot live up to your potential. If you become too overwhelmed and too anxious, you can suffer with a lot of nerves and a lot of paranoia. As a life path 22, you can get very caught up in your work that anybody else around you, your relationships around you, you have no time, you don't see what's going on because you are laser focused on your work. You can become quite isolated and you will need someone to come in and try and drag you out of that so that you can actually enjoy life. A career for a life path master number 22 is to have things where you can really use your brain and create things to bring into the world. So things like architecture, real estate, entrepreneurship, engineering, project management, all of those would be a very good career start for you to be able to bring dreams into reality. And finally, moving on to master number 33, your life path 33. Again, you can look at life path 3 and double it, or you can add the 3 and 3 together and look at life path 6 to see if that resonates more with you. So a life path master number 33 is the master teacher. You are here to lead through love, healing, and teaching, and you are more of a spiritual teacher than anything else. You are here to seek communication and knowledge with others. You are constantly searching for the truth. You see things deeper level than most people do. If you are a life path 33, you are regarded as the most powerful master number that there is. You are deeply spiritual and you have a lot of wisdom that you are here to share and open the eyes of others around you. You are empathetic, you are compassionate, and you are very, very generous as well. And you are here, your calling here is to inspire others to be the best they can be. You may feel that you have this drive and this desire to uplift other people, but you're not quite sure how to go about that. That is something that you need to go inwards to find out. It could solely be starting a YouTube channel. It could be starting a TikTok or Instagram or even a blog or podcast talking about the things to hopefully reach a vast majority of people to inspire and uplift them and awaken them. However, a life path master number 33, as you are very selfless, you can reach burnout very, very quickly. You can become very stressed, very unhappy, and you sacrifice your own needs and wants to help others. So a career path for a master number 33 is anything in the spiritual world. You would work very well in humanitarian work as well, because you're there to help and inspire and uplift other people. Doing things like public speaking, personal development, and business would be very successful for you. Also, if you want to be more creative, being an artist or a writer or doing something in music would be beneficial for you as well. So that is all the life path numbers that there is, plus the careers that would work well with you. So let me know in the comments if any of that rang true for you, if that helped you in any way. I'm also going to do on my next video, I'm going to do who is more romantically compatible with each life path number. So if you'd like to see that video, then hit that subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, have a great day.